You start timing.
Have you guys ever purchased something for one occasion, but it was a little too expensive to only where it was? Well, be told my Halloween costume that inspired my entire persuasive speech. It even has a little sticker on the back. Well, I'd like to start off by asking you guys, well, we're going to play a game where you have to raise your hand if you've ever eaten this, and you might see the first one coming. Yeah? Okay. Round 2, there's going to be a lot more up here. See, I knew at least one of you would have eaten an apple at some point in your life. But the reason I do this is the point is there's a lot of food up there. And why are these, or what makes these foods important, and what do they all have in common? Well, all of these crops are pollinated by bees. And bees are crucial to our environment and agriculture and also economy, but they're facing a problem, and it's important that we help save the bees. So today I would like to talk to you about what's happening to the bees, why you should care, why they're important, and things that you can do to help them. So first, why are bees so important? Well, bees pollinate our crops, and pollinators help keep plants alive. And according to planetbee.org, bees pollinate about 1/3 of our food supply, which is a lot if you think about it. In an article by Tiffany Dulon, she states that bees bring in a whopping $577 billion worldwide annually. So even our global economy is dependent on bees, and they bring in a lot of money for us. In a stat journal the NAS highlights, there are also over 1 million hives in California, which are the most hives in any other state in America. So bees are very crucial to our state economy, and we use them a lot to pollinate our food. So you might be asking, what's happened to the bees? In an article by Julia Jacobs, she claims that bees are facing something called colony collapse disorder. Colony collapse disorder is when bees either flee their hives in bulk, or not all of them, but a lot of them end up dying. So we lose approximately 40% of our hives each winter. An article by Josh Woods, he claims that this is the second highest loss rate we've had since 2006, and this article was written this summer. So what's colony collapse disorder? According to EPA Gov, colony collapse disorder is when bees die because of diseases. The way that we can help this is with bee research into ways that the disease can be cured or stopped. There's also pesticide poisoning. Pesticide poisoning is when bees get killed by pesticides, and that's used in houses to kill pests, but it's also very bad for bee health and can almost wipe out an entire colony. There's also stress. Now, bees are moved around the country a lot. Their hives are transported from one place to another because other states are looking to use the bees to pollinate their crops. So if this is done incorrectly or poorly, bees can get under a lot of stress, and then they can die because of that. There's also habitat change. Now, this is due to large-scale urbanization, but also climate change. So why should you care? You might be like this guy, scared of bees. They're bugs, pests even. But I assure you that bees are very important to you, and you should care about them. An article by Andrew Sazovsky, he claims that without bees, we would have an economic collapse. And considering how much money and food bees bring in, this shouldn't really shock you. There would also be a great increase in food prices, and this could potentially be a problem for a lot of people. But worst of all, without bees, we wouldn't have almonds, and without almonds, we wouldn't have iced sugar cookie almond milk lattes. And you know how white girls feel about that. So I hope that you realize it is very important that we help save They're one of the most important creatures in the world. Without them, there is no us. And this woman is a beekeeper in New York, but she recently started to take care of bees after she realized the importance that they have on our economy. But hope's not lost. You can help the bees too. And there are lots of easy ways that you can do this. One of them being a bee hotel. That's what this is. It's a good creative outlet for people who like to build things. You can make them out of everyday random objects, and I think that they're pretty cute. And it would just be a fun way to create good habitats for bees. You can also plant flowers. Flowers promote a healthy diet for bees, and you can plant these in your front yard instead of green grass, and that would be really good for the bee species. You could also reduce your use of pesticides. Like I said earlier, pesticides kill bees, and by reducing your use of them, you reduce the risk of killing off a lot of bees. You can also do your part to keep the environment healthy. These are simple things such as carpooling with your friends people to reduce fossil fuel emissions or reducing your use of a wood fireplace. And you can also have your own beehive. I know this is easier said than done being a college student because my roommate would be pretty pissed if I brought a bee colony into our room. But if this is something you might want to do later when you're out on your own, it's actually really fun. I've done it before and it's super rewarding. And all of these are taken from thebeeconservancy.org. You can also visit this website. I like this website a lot because they make cute little jewelry pieces. But there's a lot of websites you can donate to. But this one in particular, when you buy one of these pieces, you're donating or you're adopting a bee. And that means that the money that you spend on this goes to bee research funding or goes to beekeepers so that they can find better and more efficient ways to take care of bees, transport them, and make a better environment for them. So to review, I've talked to you about why bees are so important because they're crucial to our agriculture and economy. I've talked to you about what's happening to the bees and that they're facing a population decline. I've talked to you about why bees affect you and why you should care. And I've also told you ways that you can help. And even after all of this, if you feel completely uninspired, don't want to save the bees at all, let me leave you with this. Look at how cute they are. Cute as can be.
Okay.